All right, it is official. Democrats still love socialism, many now Marxism. New Gallup poll showing a whopping 2/3 of Democrats have a favorable opinion of socialism. This as 54% of all Americans report a favorable opinion of capitalism in the same poll. That's an all-time low. It's no wonder that socialists and Marxists are ascendant right now in the shattered remains of what used to be the Democratic Party. The Democratic nominee for mayor of New York City is an avowed socialist and Marxist and spent the entire weekend, palling around New York City with fellow socialists, AOC, Grandpa Bernie Sanders, the same Grandpa Bernie that honeymooned in the former Soviet Union. Earlier today, he appeared at Columbia's journalism school where he doubled and tripled down on his socialist agenda. Here's the man himself. Take a look in his own words.
Our vision for public safety is our plan to deploy teams of dedicated mental health outreach workers to the 100 subway stations with the highest levels of mental health crises and homelessness. A belief that the two most productive ways in which to raise that revenue would be, one, by raising the state's top corporate tax rate to match that of New Jersey, and two, by raising New York City's personal income tax rate on the top 1% by 2%. Those two things together raise $9 billion.
If City Council legislation to abolish the NYPD gang database were to pass, would you support and sign that?
I have supported that proposal. Part of the reason I'm sitting before you as the Democratic nominee is because of an increase in Muslim voter turnout unlike anything we've ever seen in the history of the city. We know that we can reduce that jail population. You have to be willing to fight for these policies.
All right. Now, this guy wants to be the mayor of the largest city with the largest population, Jewish population outside of Israel. That means he has to cover his tracks now. He was asked, 3-4 times by Kristen Welker on the issue of global intifada and some of the more inflammatory statements that he has made about Israel in the past. Yesterday, he went groveling to the Reverend Al on MSDNC to proclaim his sudden conversion. Take a look.
Has your personal views on the phrase of global intifada changed since you've been running for mayor? Do you understand those that see it in a more threatening way than saying, I'm just not going to police other people's language?
Yes, they have. And you know, when we won the primary election, I said on that stage that I know that millions of New Yorkers care deeply about what happens in Israel and Palestine, and I'm one of those New Yorkers. And I commit to reaching even further to understand disagreement, to wrestle with the complexities of those differing viewpoints. And so I have said, after having that conversation, that this is language I would discourage.
That is a classic, meaningless election year conversion. The election is now less than 2 months away. New York City's future is hanging in the balance. So can the guy be stopped? I tend to think not at this point. We will ask our friend. He is the star in so many different ways. ESPN's First Take. He's on his own podcast. He's on Sirius XM, and he's right here on the Hannity Show, the one and only Stephen A. Smith.
You got me up on a Monday night football. Called me hours ago, and I'm listening to you just label me and pair me with Mamdani. You're unbelievable, man. You're unbelievable, man.
I didn't even ask a question yet, for the record.
Ahead,
how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right.
So
go ahead.
Here's the thing. This is your party. And we've got to get to the bottom of this. You and I, no,
Good.
These are the leaders of your party. Now, if you think there are other leaders that I am not aware of, outside of Grandpa Bernie and AOC and the Squad and Pocahontas and Mamdani and Jasmine Crockett, you tell me who the leaders are, because they are the loudest voices. The leaders in name only cower to them. That's your leadership right there.
Well, first of all, I'm not a fan of anybody who's for socialism instead of capitalism in the United States of America. I'm a registered independent, and the last time I checked,
you're a capitalist.
Hold on, that's right. You're damn right I am, and
you
very,
make too
very
much
proud
money.
of it. I'm not apologizing for it to a soul. I worked very, very hard for that. Let me be very, very clear. I'm a registered independent. I believe in capitalism, and according to the polls, more folks are in favor of capitalism on the independent side than and obviously the Democratic side. So that would make me on the outside looking at Mamdani and AOC or Bernie Sanders. That's not who I vibe with. I will tell you I'm a fan of Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. I will tell you I'm a fan of Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania.
He's not running. I don't think he's running either.
I understand. I understand.
Nobody ever talks about him.
Well, listen, that's true.
They can't win a Democratic primary. No way.
I'm not sure I would say that about Josh Shapiro. I think that Kamala Harris recognized she made a mistake by not picking him for her vice presidential
Really? When did she ever say that?
Well, she didn't say that, but she should, because it was obvious she made a mistake in picking Tim Walz as opposed to Josh Shapiro. I think everybody knows that now in retrospect. But in the end, what it comes down to is we've got a bunch of people within the Democratic Party that are not representative of what the Democratic Party was once representative of.
Okay, but I got to stop you as a friend. You say that, however, you're not answering my question. Okay, if they're not really the leaders, if Sean Hannity's wrong, which I know you'd love to point out to all of America that I'm wrong, then who are the leaders? Who are the people that take them on? Besides John Fetterman, I can't name one.
I did not say you were wrong. I said they shouldn't be. I didn't say they aren't. They are not.
But you
they should
acknowledge
be. Well, because Sean Hannity, one of the preeminent voices in all the media, plasters them on the screen every single night to convince most of America that those are the leaders for the Democratic Party. I promise you, if you sat around and most centrist-style Democrats, there's no way on earth they would vibe with the progressive left. I'm one of those people. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, then in studio is a guy that works on this show. We affectionately refer to him as Phil the Commie. He loves Mamdani. You know what he just told me in the break? He said, I asked him, I said, do you believe in the philosophy to each according to their need, from each according to their ability? He said yes. Do you support what Mamdani's saying about crime, defund, dismantle, no bail laws, reimagine the police? Yes. He supports confiscating my wealth and yours through the power of government. Now, as
that's
you
why he would never get my vote. He would never get my vote. I said that on national television right now. That wouldn't happen.
But this is the leadership of your party. Listen. And this is what frustrates me. You can't name another person that is legitimately a contender at this point. You're heading into 1 year from now, midterm election, and your party represents open borders, pro-crime. They voted against the largest tax cut for working men and women in history, and they want us to pay higher energy prices. That's your party.
Let me speak. How many times have I been on this show and I've said the party needs to be purged? Chuck Schumer, I mean, he doesn't have the cachet that he once had. AOC has too much damn cachet as far as I'm concerned at this particular moment in time. Jasmine Crockett keeps getting sound bites all over the place. You love plastering
Jasmine.
on
we love
Fox
her.
News. You love her. Bernie Sanders, he's at rallies in New York City praising about Mamdani or what have you. That's not going to win you a general election. I don't think it's going to win you the midterm. It might win them New York City. You might have a shot at winning California, but the vast majority of Americans ain't going to flow with that. Yes, you have some Democrats out there that are centrists that believe in government involvement a bit more so than conservatives. But in the same breath, we ain't about defunding the police. We know we're going to dial 911 when there's trouble that's on the horizon. We know that the crime needs to be addressed. We know that the economy needs to flourish. We know that we need national security. We know that we need strong borders. That doesn't mean that you can't be a Democrat if you believe in those things. It means that the party has changed because it's been taken over by folks on the extreme left, and others need to stand up and say, hell with that. Hell no, we're not going down like that, because they will go down on a national scale if that's the vision for America from their side. There's no way it's going to work.
I'm kind of bringing public, very private conversations we have together that are fun and friendly and respectful. And,
yes, it is.
I respect you a lot. The only problem is what you just laid out, you sound like me. You sound like a conservative.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. I hate to tell you the truth. You sound like me. You gave me back my list. It's like you did the monologue in your words, but using my principles.
Well, thank me.
Very well done.
Don't chastise me.
Very well done.
Don't chastise me. Don't chastise me. Thank me for it, because America's tired of hearing you echo the same thing every single night. But in the end, when you're right about certain things. You're right about certain things.
So wait a minute. I'm going to hear Hannity, you're right. We can end on that note right now.
What it depends on what you're talking about.
Hannity's
I don't know about
been
the specifics.
right.
You got to be specific. I don't know what you're right about. What you're talking about.
About all the issues you just, the litany of issues
listen,
you just went over.
Just because I don't want those candidates don't make you right. It just means those are not the right
on
people
immigration,
to be representing
am I right?
the Democratic
Party. Am I right about law and order? Am I right about cutting taxes? Am I right about limited government, greater freedom?
No, I don't know about limited government. I don't mind government involvement and intervention as long as it's not excessive and overbearing, which it has been under the progressive leadership. Right. No doubt about that.
I'm going to end with this.
What?
All right. I think I got to set up a meeting with you and President Trump, and I will be there to moderate. Would you go?
Tell him to stop running. I'll show up anytime he's ready. Ain't no problem.
Okay.
He's the one running. Or his administration. He's not running. His administration. His administration.
He's running the country. But I think he would. I'm not talking about him. I think he would enjoy meeting you.
I think
he once commented to me about you. That's why I'm asking.
The man has known me for years. He just didn't know me. He just didn't speak to me since he's been president.
No.
I've known Trump for years.
I want to sit down. Old school sit down.
I'm not running.
I think it'd be great.
I'll embrace it in a heartbeat. You tell me when and where, I'll be there.
Any place but Mar-a-Lago. I'll embrace Trump in a heartbeat.
I said I would see him, sit down with him in a heartbeat. Any place but Mar-a-Lago. Not Mar-a-Lago. I don't want to go
Why
there.
not?
Because too many of y'all have been there, Sean Hannity. That's why.
I don't go there very often.
No.
Stephen A., we love you. I got to roll.
White House.
Appreciate you.
Later.
All right. Later. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.